How's everybody? A little late tonight. Sorry about that. A little late. Too bad. So sad. Evil Diva, Crystal, Darren, CO, JS, Brown. Good to see you all. Happy you're here. Let's let's watch Rey Mysterio get his ass handed to him by Damian Priest because his baby boy Dominic turned evil and joined the dark side. My goodness. My goodness. What are we going to do about that, huh? What are we going to do about that? Hello, Taylor. Hello, Queen Monet. Hello, Lorenzo. Hello, Luis. You think Luis thinks this might lead to the debut of Legado? Perhaps. I hadn't thought about that. Legado aligning with Rey Mysterio against the Judgment Day. All right. Okay. Thank you. I hadn't thought of that, but I like it a lot. Thank you, Lorenzo. I'm so glad you like my Linda. It's not really an impression. I don't know anybody who talks like this. But I just like doing the voice. I think it's funny. Meet Normus. Robert. Living Mythology. This is Ramo. It's good. Rob Bebe. All Dominic has to do to make this ridiculous heel thing a success is to never speak. Just never speak. Also, wrestle as little as possible. Just walk out looking like the host at Olive Garden. And do whatever Rhea Ripley tells him to. Hey, Nick. Well, yeah, there were a few tears at the first day of school, sure, a little bit, but he's all right. My daughter's fine. It's been like almost 2 weeks now, and she loves it. And it's my favorite time of the day is going to pick her up from school because it's she runs out of the door and she says, "Daddy," and I pick her up and give her a big hug. It's my favorite time of the day. Dom becomes a mute. Be very good. Yeah. Braun looks fantastic. The best he ever has. I mean, he's incredibly lean for a guy his size, and he's I kind of like that he's not wearing like the weird military stuff anymore. The weird like the red pants kind of look all right. Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the deal, like he's damaged goods. He's absolutely damaged goods. The booking fucked him over, and his own personal persona. That might be kind of redundant. But his own personal persona fucked him over even more with his comments about indie wrestlers and his weird bullshit on social media. The control your narrative crap. That fucked him over. And I have... It's not like I'm rooting for Braun Strowman, but there was a time 5 years ago when that dude was the hottest thing in all of wrestling. I'm not kidding it. If you weren't watching at the time or you don't remember, he absolutely was the hottest thing in wrestling, and they fucked it up. And it's nice to see if Triple H can figure out how to make that work. But I don't understand why you re-debut him coming out and destroying the tag team division. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. They didn't bury every tag team. They made sure the Viking Raiders weren't in the match, and the team that the Viking Raiders beat the hell out of on Friday were in the match. So, yeah, he only squashed a bunch of tag teams that I didn't want to see face the Usos anyway. So, no. It's a dumb way to destroy the men's tag team division. It's dumb. It's a bad idea all the way around. This was not the way to do it. I don't know what I would have preferred, honestly, but But yeah, him. They want him to come back and be the big monster, the man mountain that throws everybody everywhere and stuff. That's what they want. That's what they want. You know, that's all they want. I Otis and Gable, I guess, of the four, Otis and Gable would have been the best against the Usos, except for the fact that they haven't won any matches recently. And I kind of want you. I kind of want the you know, I kind of want the company to do the work, building up a tag team before you just give them a title shot. I'm silly that way. I'm silly that way. Yeah, I thought it would have been the best thing ever if Nicholas, like, because he was, what, 10 at the time? So he'd be, what, like 15 now? If he came out and he was, like, a sneaky 6'3", and, like, he'd been hitting the weights, you know what I mean? And he was like, I'm back now. I dropped out of school, and I'm here to win tag gold, and I brought my buddy Braun, and the rest of you can suck it. That might have been fun. I have the 4K watch time? When did I get the 4K watch time? Tim Beatty, I got 4K watch time? I did? When did I do that? I don't think I got the 4K watch time. Not that I saw. Oh, Nerd Guru, Johnny versus Ali would be awesome. Just let him go for like 15 minutes. Wouldn't that be awesome? Oh yeah, no. Listen. The only hook that they have going into this match next week, Monday Night Football, is whatever the hell happens out of this cage match, which nobody cares at. So. Alright. Let's get past this, whatever this is, and get to the cage match where we can see Dexter Lumis come out of the bottom. I think he's going to climb out of through the ring, right? KO, Sammy and KO versus tag champs would be great. If you wanted to like say, hey, we want to. If Sammy turns babyface because the Usos jump him out of the group, and he teams back up with Kevin Owens, there's a third guy that they could bring into that group to face the Bloodline. Johnny Gargano. Johnny Gargano and Kevin Owens were great friends on the Indies, and I honestly think the three of them together could be the perfect babyface trio. Yeah, Ali's on main event. He faced T-Bar again tonight, which means I'm sure the match on Thursday, if you have Hulu, will be amazing. But you know, it's kind of upsetting. Let's see how many hours. How I am at 1,667 watch hours. So, I'm a lot further than I was like a week ago. Yeah, KO. WWE has had arrogant and delusional people before. I mean, listen. There's no way, man. No way that wasn't pointed at a certain somebody. So, listen. I'm hopefully gonna start streaming more often, so there'll be more things to watch. But you know, I have other obligations, and I'm trying to like get those all squared away so I have more time to stream on my own channel. But yeah, I get to monetize at 4,000 hours. I'm at 1,667 right now, as of Saturday. So Ah, that's funny. Living Mythology says if Dexter pulls the Miz through the ring, wouldn't that mean that the Miz's feet hit the floor first and he win the title? Dom. What is Dom? Come on. Oh no, that was a really bad lariat. I'm so sorry. That was crazy. Rhea is totally Poppy. Totally Poppy. Totally Poppy. Yeah. Okay. So now we're done with that. What happens for the rest of the night? What happens for the rest of the night? I'm very yeah. I don't know, man. I think I don't know, man. I think Dominic's haircut is on purpose. I don't know why. I don't know why Dominic is in. I don't know why, man. Dominic's actually like, as long as he's not speaking, it actually like, this actually works for him. You know what I mean? Like, it's not good, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Wow. What Poppy wants, Poppy gets. Yeah, I wonder why there was no BTE today. Wonder why that was a thing. Dominic one-on-one with Edge is like a match that happens in hell that you're forced to watch over and over again for eternity. Hey, All Elite Dan. Hello. Hello, and in the Age. Hello, Dan Foster. The thing about Dominic as a babyface is that he would just he stared off in the distance, like without any expression on his face. But that actually kind of works for Dominic as a heel, especially when he's paired with the Judgment Day. He can just stare off in the distance, and it kind of almost works for him. Mm-hmm. Bobby Lashley is cutting a promo on my screen. I think I'm maybe a minute behind. Yeah, there was back behind. It was weird they didn't actually. Nikki took her mask off and threw it at Doudrop. So, like, Doudrop lost yesterday at Worlds Collide. She was the one who got the pin because Nikki was by herself fighting off Toxic Attraction. And today, Doudrop took the pin against Raquel. So maybe Nikki's the one who's like, you need to start pulling your weight around here because I can't do everything by myself. Oh, another update. Is it recent, Alpha Bill? I got to look that myself. So I guess we should talk about that because I did kind of promise we would talk about that. What I assumed, if there was an altercation, a melee, as they say, if there was, I assumed that the Young Bucks and Kenny started it, right? Because they were pissed at what Punk had said. But if Punk came from burying everybody verbally and then attacked them physically, you can't have that shit in your locker room. You got to get that guy out of here. All right, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading this thing from yes, it looks bad. It looks like Ace Steel might have some legal stuff come against him. Jesus. You know, you can't hit people with chairs or bite them. There's no way. Not possible. Many people trying to save lives. My God, this is bad. But I mean, like, you I don't know. You don't. I mean, you can say he was pissed off and he had a reason to be, whatever, during the presser, but you don't like escalate that shit to an actual fight. Man, this is nuts. Everybody in that fucking company's got a backstage vlog. BTA is filming all the time. You're telling me there's no film of this? Literally anywhere? I don't buy it. I don't buy it. They're just keeping that shit under wraps. They probably confiscated phones and... Oh my God. This is fucking nuts, man. It's just crazy. This is crazy. This is a crazy thing. This is going to get its own episode of the Dark Side of the Ring. So here's highlights of Braun, who, again, I can't say this enough. Like, this dude has slimmed down so much. He's like 6'8" still, but he looks like he's about 330 as opposed to 385. Listen, it's a WWE crowd. They remember Braun fondly. Well, here, we get it. Here we go. We get an interview with Braun. Nobody is safe. Oh, Braun's going to SmackDown. Okay. Now, I just need it because I want to personally pop like I've never popped before. Frankie, Braun, the whole narrative that Braun was bad at wrestling was true for his first year as a wrestler. And since then, he constantly got better and better. He was one of the best working big men in all of wrestling when they released him. Like, he's fast, he's quick, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Like, he got really good. Not great, but really good. For a guy his size, he got really good. Like, when other giants are Omos, Braun is really good. If Braun shows up on SmackDown and Roman is there, or if he shows up and demolishes the Usos, then gets a mic and says, "Roman, I'm still not finished with you," I would pop like crazy. I don't actually want to see the match. I just need the moment of him saying, "I'm still not finished with you," because it would pop me so much. There was nobody I liked more in all of wrestling in like the spring of 2017. I thought that guy was going to be a surefire 10-time world champion and a Hall of Famer on the first ballot. Braun destroying Maximum Male Models is probably a really good idea. You know? That's probably a very obvious one. There really are a lot of highlight packages here. You know? Riddle and Rollins was a really good match, and I don't want to see it ever again, and now we'll do it again. The tag match was never actually supposed to do anything. You could tell by who was in the tag match, I think. The tag match wasn't actually supposed to crown anybody. New Day never belonged in the tag match. Street Profits just got out of, I don't know, an 8-month feud with the Usos, it feels like. What's wrong with Matt Riddle? Oh, of course you do. No. You're going to get another one at Extreme Rules, and then you're going to get another one at Survivor Series, at Sands of Time. That's when you're going to get the third one. Hey, Love Fro. You've got Moxie. Right. I think the Usos absolutely lose the tag belts before WrestleMania. I don't know, man. I guess Roman keeps the belts until Mania. That's a dumb thing to do, in my opinion. That's fucking stupid to me. But they're doing it. They're doing it. I don't get it. I don't do it. Tony, I think, during Bright and Great Acts, the only other question I have with the Punk thing is, why would Tony allow him to keep saying all that stuff, burying the EVPs and not try and step in and take control at all? Because Tony Khan, in his heart, isn't the alpha that we think he is. He's not Vince. He's a little rich boy who loves wrestling and has all the money in the world and started his own wrestling promotion. And I think he's probably grew up a huge fan of CM Punk, and he's sitting next to Punk at this presser like, it's my company. This match happened. I booked it. I made this guy champion. And if he's saying all this shit about these other guys, but this is my champion, I booked him, I can't shut him down because I don't know what's going to happen. I think he was completely deer in the headlights. And that's why he started doing all that bullshit where he was like, I'm not going to fucking take this anymore. Because he was trying to puff up his chest after Punk was gone to say, I'm in charge here. Well, if you are, dude, you got some decisions to make. Because, yeah. No. He's got a lot of issues, Tony Khan does. I think that that maybe a year or two ago, people were saying he was the second coming of stuff, and it's not all right, man. He's not what he used to be. Yeah. And Tony wants to be friends with the talent. He doesn't want to be the boss. It's true. Yeah, it's true. He doesn't have a second in command. He needs one badly. He badly needs a number two that he can let run everything while he's gone. The guy I would choose, I would just say, Dustin Rhodes, you're in charge. You are my second in command. We'll have you wrestle once every 4 or 5 months, but you're the guy in charge. Dustin Rhodes, you are the guy. I'm just taking a step back. You're the one in charge. What you say goes. I trust your judgment. You've been around the block a long fucking time. So I think, it's tough, man. Yeah, Cody was kind of his second in command, and then the whole thing fell apart. Um, Tony needs to hire somebody to run things. He really does. To run things for the women at least. Regal would also be a fantastic number 2. I don't want that to take away from what he's doing on screen, because I love him as part of the Blackpool Combat Club. I love him on commentary. I don't want to lose that again. Tony Schiavone also, I don't know. He seems like such an affable, nice dude. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he'd be the guy who lays down the law. You know what I mean? No, Jericho probably should involve himself more. You know what I mean? But only if he's willing to step away from wrestling as much, because you cannot have a guy in charge who is also an active wrestler. You can't. That's why I think Dustin would be great at doing it, because he could step away from the ring long enough that he doesn't need to actually be wrestling. You know what I mean? He can handle things for 6 months and never have a match during those 6 months. Arn, I don't know what Arn's temperament is. The guy who says, "I'm going to shoot you in the head with my Glock," probably doesn't have the best temperament to deal with things that are going on backstage. But you need to be able to be a prick, but you also need to be able to see things from both sides. You need to be able to be confident in your leadership abilities. And if you have 2 people come to you from 2 different sides, you need to listen to both sides and make a ruling, you know? Well, see, Young Bucks and Kenny aren't. I don't. The person who is in charge, who's doing stuff, EVPs, whatever. It's really hard for them to actually to handle business while they're actually doing work. It's a bad idea. Jericho might be, but the problem is Jericho would be really good at it. I honestly think this, if he wasn't an active wrestler. So we killed 2 birds with 1 stone. Let him be in charge of backstage, run everything for Tony, while Tony takes a very long, indefinite break. But also at the same time, Chris Jericho retires. So that'd be good for me. I'd like that. Ace Steel's got to go. Ace Steel's got to go. You can't hit people in the fucking head with chairs. Can't do that. Well, I mean, this is Ramos talking about Hangman's promo where he called Punk a cancer and he needs to save AEW. I thought that was one of the best promos I'd heard all year. I love it. That's what Hangman should think in character. I've been here from day one. I worked my ass off over 2+ years to get to the point where I am this champ. You waltz in on a huge contract, and immediately you think you run the place. And I have to save what I built from you and your influence. I think that's a fantastic promo, and it makes perfect sense for Hangman to say that to Punk. I don't understand how that became a thing where Punk took offense to that. Really don't. No, and I'm talking about Khan's got to take a break from AEW. He can go and run his little Jaguars team. He can do that, but he doesn't need to be around AEW while that's happening. I think the plan was always to have Punk lose the belt to MJF at Grand Slam, but I don't know if you can wait that long now. I don't think you can. I think you got to deal with Punk right away. I mean, that's my own personal thing. Like, I mean, you have to at least suspend him. If what he's saying is true and he started the fight by throwing a punch, you have to suspend him because you already have precedent. You suspended Kingston for putting his hands on Sammy Guevara. So you have to do the same thing to Punk. But it's really fucking hard to do that when you just put your goddamn belt on him. It's really tough to assume that he's going to try and run another tournament or do something weird to get another interim title. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, Dorian, I thought I might try and set up a Last of Us thing, so I wasn't able to do it. Wasn't able to do it today, but I've been streaming The Last of Us Part 1 on this channel. And I wanted to do some more, but I don't know if I'm gonna have it in me after doing Sour Graps on Fightful Select after this. Oh, MJF is always MJF is gonna be a babyface. He already is. Like, he's getting MJF chance. MJF winning the title in Queens. A stone's throw from Long Island. He was going to be a babyface anyway. He is now what Punk was. He's the voice of the voiceless. He's the guy who realizes that this fucking this place needs to be gutted because there's too much bullshit going on backstage. I was right to want to leave. I was right to want to get on that plane and leave Vegas. And all that shit that happened on Sunday after all the matches proves my point. He's got an amazing promo to cut on Wednesday. Yeah, it is it's a very sad thing. Nerd Guru, Kate, if you didn't know, lost her dog, Buster. He died suddenly last night, and it's a really hard thing. So we're not going to have Kate around this week. So it's going to be a lot of solo shows from your boy, covering for her while she's justifiably taking some grieving time. Is this going to be this long of a... I've never seen that before. I've never seen the heel take the title and hit the babyface in the back with it. I've never seen that, man. It's actually quite smart. I've never seen this before, but it's a really great idea. I guess that's how you stretch this to be 20 minutes. Yeah, Hangman has been an absolute class act through all of this. He could have said some really shitty stuff to try and get in his own stuff. No, the match hasn't started yet, Caden. They haven't rung the bell yet. So they haven't rung the bell yet, so the match hasn't started. So that's why they can do all this stuff. Yeah. Ha. Yeah, Alpha Bill. I did that too. Collecting feathers, finding all that kind of stuff with those Assassin's Creed games, all those collectibles. You can just spend a whole weekend doing it. I feel really bad for Dexter Lumis sitting under the ring the whole time. This whole time, just sitting in there. Yeah. I've never seen them like use Lashley in this way, to have him get beat up in this way. But it's believable. It's honestly somehow believable. Too bad he doesn't have, a hurt business. Too bad he doesn't have friends to back him up. It's too bad. That's true, Adam. It's true. He's got his easel under there. He's just painting. He's just doing some sketches. He's all right. He'll do fine. Yeah, he's just texting Andy back and forth. No, you hang up. No, you hang up. Oh, I guess you can't hang up while you're texting. A coloring book and crayons, Kai. It's a good idea. Omos is bad and not on TV anymore. Honestly, that's probably how I would have had Braun re-debut. I would have had Omos squash some poor jobber, and then had Braun come out and wreck Omos, and then you never see Omos again. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I'd have Omos come out, squash a jobber, and then have Braun murder him. I'm yeah. Yeah, writing love notes on a toilet roll is funny. That's good. I don't know what they have planned for Indy back in NXT for a while, but it's a decent idea to get her up on the main roster with Dexter. Although I don't know if she like belongs with Dexter in character on the main roster, but we'll see. Dabba-Kato in a fucking jacket. That's right, Alex. Alex Trios knows. Alex Trios knows. Commander Aziz is like back in NXT now. He's not. He's just hanging out at the Performance Center. I think Dexter pulls Miz under the ring. I think that's what happens during the show, during the match. That's my joke. My prediction. My prediction. Yeah, I mean, listen, Dexter and Indy versus Maurice and The Miz has, that's a WWE match, obviously. So, would not be surprised. Excuse me. Yeah, the glitter's a little much. I don't know why there's glitter everywhere. I'm not sure why there's glitter on all of. I understand it's like the gear that Miz and Ciampa are wearing, but why are they wearing glitter gear? I don't understand that. I mean, that would be an interesting twist, I guess. Lumis actually helping Miz, but I don't. I would need to know what their explanation would be for it. The thing of it is that if you're gonna do Punk versus MJF at Grand Slam, then if you're gonna do it that way, you got to have Punk back to at least do it then. But I don't know if we like trust him to like do the right thing. I guess, you know. Let's see. What is the control your narrative statement about Braun? Let's see if we can read it on the air. There we go. Control your narrative bids the Titan adieu. Control your narrative would like to wish Adam Scherr the best on her return to form as Braun Strowman in WWE. To control your narrative is to tell your story, and the story of Braun Strowman is unfinished business. May Adam/Braun continue to strike fear into the hearts of his opponents, while also doing what motivates him the most, putting smiles on people's faces worldwide. Adam's ability and value was a catalyst of growth for CYN, allowing an idea to grow into a featured content, live shows, and the prospect of both a domestic tour and weekly episodic television featured on Pro Wrestling TV. With CYN, we hope the fulfillment of helping facilitate the next generation and personal growth leads to him to becoming who he is supposed to be. Control Your Narrative is not about just one man, but a brand. CYN is and always will be a platform for any talent/individual to find their purpose in this industry. CYN was created to allow name performers their creative freedom to reinvent themselves while also giving new, deserving wrestlers the one thing they desperately seek. With CYN, our mission is to create memories, characters, and a platform that will last a lifetime. I remain determined to make CYN a platform where those following their dream of a place to learn, create, grow, and make a living. Control Your Narrative will be both a proving ground and an education. CYN exists not just to build better wrestlers, but to build better people. Adam's contribution to both will be missed. With Adam's return to WWE, the vision remains the same, but the immediate return is unknown. This is not a bad thing. To our CYN talent, those that are knocking on the door, to any fan, lover, hater of any individual reading this, I can assure you only one thing. Everything you ever want is on the other side of the unknown. Signed, EC3. There you go. But no topes. No tope sudas, and no fucking super kicks. No way. Pardon me. I did not get enough sleep last night. Running knee by the biz. Yeah, it was a kind of a crazy night, crazy last couple of days. For now, yeah, a lot of trying to like just keep abreast of what was going on after the show was over. Last night was a little tough. No, we don't see Damon Kemp NXT champion. Not a chance. My God. I mean, please, no. I don't want that. I don't want that. Bobby Fish can go to CYN. That's true. I mean, Far Cry 6 would be the first person thing I've ever been able to play, so I doubt it, but I might be able to like watch somebody else playing it, you know what I mean? Watch a stream of it. But I just can't do it. Just can't do it. My favorite match of the weekend? I mean, it's hard not to say Keith Lee and Swerve versus the Acclaimed, but I also loved Mello versus Ricochet, and I loved Walter versus Sheamus. Loved that match. It's really tough. It's really tough. I honestly don't know what to say. No, Bobby Fish did not attack Roddy. Damon Kemp attacked Roddy. Damon Kemp is the guy that attacked everybody. Damon Kemp is, I don't know, trying to bring down Diamond Mine. I don't know why, except for the fact that maybe he is going to bring in his shoot brother, Gable Steveson, to create some kind of tag team with him, maybe. Trios title match was really good. Yeah, it was. I didn't like. I hated the ending. I never like a match where where one guy on a tag team does something by mistake and hits his partner, and that leads to the victory for the other guys. I always hate that. I've never liked that as a device in wrestling. It's just a thing I don't like. So that's kind of soured me on a little bit. But it was really good until that point. Yeah, Drew versus Roman. If they had actually gone through with it and had Drew pin Roman, probably might have been my match of the weekend. Honestly. Yeah, no. Let's never have Gable Steveson on TV. Not ever. Not once. If I ever see him again, it'll be too many times. But I think that might be what they're doing. Otherwise, I don't understand what it is. Yeah, I think Dark Order should have won that trios title. I honestly do. I mean, you don't have to keep it for very long, but Gable was drafted to Raw, but they don't actually pay attention to that shit. Well, that's the report, is that he's not doing well, training, but I understand, Julius Creed said he saw Strong do something in the footage, and then Roddy Strong says, "No, wait, I have proof. I have video proof. It wasn't me." And then Damon Kemp destroyed the video evidence by stomping on Roddy Strong's phone. So it stands to reason that actually the video evidence proves that Damon Kemp did it, and he didn't want the Creeds to know until it was time to spring his trap. John Silver is great. He's one of the best. Oh, I really hope they split the belts. I just don't know why that would happen. I really don't. I like the idea of Paul Heyman saying that I would never allow my tribal chief to sign a contract to defend both belts at once. So if he does lose, he only loses one. I think that you could do that with Paul Heyman doing that. No, the women's division, it's tough because I don't understand why you wouldn't have more women wrestling right now. You could do EO versus somebody. Maybe it's the fucking jet lag? I don't know. Yeah, Damon Kemp doesn't really strike me as a guy who did it all by his own, which is why I feel like he's being used by somebody. Yeah, Gargano should get the briefcase, I think. Tony Storm winning was the right call because it allows her to have a feud with Thunder Rosa while Britt and Jamie can feud somewhere else while Jade Cargill's doing something. So it's good to have three marquee programs going on in the women's division because that kind of hopefully will force somebody's hand to put them in some better ways. No, you got to have Theory defend the briefcase. Have Gargano piss off Austin Theory enough that Austin Theory says, "Yes, I will face you, Johnny, but only if you." Oh no, Johnny says, "Yes, Theory, I will face you, but only if you put the briefcase up." Yeah, Britt and Hayter can be a really great non-title feud, I think. No, Lashley, no. No. Lashley should never, ever, ever climb out of the walk out of the cage, man. He should pin Miz or submit him. Babyfaces should never use the door on the cage, not ever. JMJ. No, there's no results for this cage match yet. We're still watching it. Dexter's got to be under the ring, yeah? Yes, this is a U.S. title match, Cadillac Carson. They are saying that Miz should get 2 U.S. title shots in 2 weeks. Well, there he is. Ah, that's so funny. That's great. What a great shot. What a great shot. That's awesome. That is good, man. That's good. That's so good. That's so good. Spear. 1, 2, 3. So, I don't, like, tell me what the, like, how long is this going to go on before we figure out what the fuck's going on? Dexter, like, sliding out of the ring was so great. It really was. Love that. And nah, I like Dexter coming, like, you're now Miz. Somebody shut the door so Miz can't leave. What does Lumis want to do to the Miz, and how is Bobby Lashley a babyface if he is, like, consigning Miz to his fate? Dexter is so fucking good at this, man. He really is. He petting the Miz is all that is funny. I'm sorry, it's funny. That was fucking dumb, but it was funny as hell. I mean, it probably is butt stuff. I mean, I said that on my own show. I said it's probably butt stuff. Anyway, there you go. That's the end of that shit. Hey, thanks everybody. Yeah, that's how it ends. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the hell this is, but I thought it was funny. Hey, so if those of you who have Fightful Select, go over there, because I'm going to start a stream of Sour Graps reviewing all of Raw. Probably talking more about Punk, let's be honest. So come over there and have fun. And maybe I'll be doing a gaming stream later. I just don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, yeah, thanks for hanging out. It was a lot of fun. And we'll see you for the Dynamite main event on Wednesday, if we don't see you, for Sour Graps right after this. But until then, I always end this by saying, you know,